All right, I think I'm there. I think I made it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the season finale of the AM1 Contest of Speed Championship. I am your host. A little bit. Oh, that's an Alpine that is dead. Fitz Dick. Well, the reserve driver, before I even could say anything, really managed to find the barriers. Oh, and that set up a whole bunch of confusion for Orlando. But like I was saying, AM1 Championship, I'm here. A little bit of confusion of who was running the comms tonight, but I am the equivalent of the emergency backup goalie right now. I am here. We're ready to go. Orlando has invalidated his lap. We've arrived here in Spa, and it's dry. I'm sure all the drivers will be happy about that. We've got Mindset on pole, also with the red track. And the final race of the season, like I said, I actually have no idea what the points are looking like. I know Vamu has likely clinched the Drivers' Championship. Oh my god, I'm just reading Discord. Yeah, Warren, I can't use the comms count. I am very much not on a PlayStation. But Mindset, jumping in the pits. Let's try to catch somebody on the hot lap while I blab on here. Switch back, coming to finish his lap. McLaren gets well out of the way. Who could be starting a lap? So this is Williams or Red Devil that is starting a lap. No, he's just completed a lap. He's jumped up to P2. Looks like a quiet time. The Ferrari is going very slowly on track. Switchback just finished a lap as well. What about this other Haas of Kryptonic? Also low on ERS. So everybody just finishing out their laps. Is actually a good time to check the standings as they sit. I do them, so I should know. But yeah, Vamu, very large lead, 283 to Red Devils 145. So P2 is up for grabs tonight with Kryptonic swaying 134, Eco Saint 133. Silk Reaver has not been racing lately because of issues with his rig. 127 is likely not to improve on that position, and V Schultz in 115. As far as the constructors go, it's pretty well sealed up the front too, except for P3 is still up for grabs between Williams and Ferrari, tied at 147, and AlphaTauri at 146. Red Bull not too far behind with 145. So P3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 teams right there, able to capitalize on that maybe tonight. I am not going to be able to do the math live to tell you. Oh, Deathstorm, thank God you're in the chat telling us what standings are. Too bad. I already told them. Alright, Krypton's in the pits. Devil's likely jumping in as well. Switchback is likely jumping in as well. So let's jump on with B. Schultz taking his Mercedes out on a nice little outlap here. Very well known as the famous AM3 commentator, or one of the AM3 commentators. He's I think he was away last week, so let's see, maybe he can come back from his nice vacation down in Florida. Well rested, feeling like $1 million. That's from 5 minutes. Maybe you were, but I didn't see it until now. So in my books, I was light years ahead of you. But yeah, Mindset's holding on to the pole position right now. Actually, I just noticed Vamu isn't here, so this could actually be a banger of a race. I'm echoing slightly. One sec. Oh, I can't really mess with settings or else it'll minimize the screen here. Who needs to hear me talk anyways? Let's just watch B Schultz take it out on a lap. It's in P2 right now.
Oh, I think I know what's happened.
It has the complete wrong mic set, so that's probably why I sound pretty horrible. Dude. Oh, B Schultz has invalidated his lap actually. Let's see. Everybody's out on an out lap. Maybe I can figure this out right quick. Device. How about now? Oh, just by looking at that, it looks a lot better. And then this should be that. Did I fix it? Oh, he shows in the wall a little bit there. Yeah, I think I fixed it there. Hopefully, yeah. Thank you for letting me know. Cause yeah, I got a new headset and I have no idea what it's up to. All right, let's jump on board. Man on pole right now. There's only probably 30 seconds left in quali, so everybody's gonna be putting in laps here. It's a little bit of an abbreviated session in the stream anyways, just because I got in with 6 minutes to go. So we'll see what happens. Mindset just coming through the end of sector 2 now. Yeah, I was wondering why my user echoing, because it's a new mic and it should be set up pretty nicely. Through the split here for Mindset. Ooh, he's 2/10 up, so that's gonna lay the gauntlet down slightly on the rest of the field. It's very tight right now. Everybody very close in the 42s up to P10. Mindset, the only one in the 41s, might be able to drop it a little lower. Should jump on with Red Devil here. Junger jumps up to P3 in the Alfa Romeo, so good lap from him in the 42.175 mark. Ah, Schultz. Oh, Mindset. Oh, huge lap. 41.5. Improves by almost 4/10 there, so we got to see what Red Devil is up to here. Looked like he was marginally improving on his time through Sector 1. One of the Red Bulls going to be coming to the line. I wonder if that's Saint or Warren. Saint sitting in P6, Warren in P8. He's finished, so I'm assuming it's Saint. And he jumps up to P3 with a 42 flat. So Red Devil is looking to find some time here. It's so tight up at the front here, except for Mindset, who's just disappeared basically. Last couple corners, getting the power down. Oh, ho, ho, Red Devil 41.6 as a flyer. Who else can contest with that? I think Nortec is the only one that's still on a lap, and he might be out of fuel because he's going very slowly. Yellow flags are flying all around him. So that could very well be the conclusion to qualifying. And with, let's see, who is of note? Williams, obviously in that fight. Haas is in P2, so their Mindset being in P1, that's completely that's fine for the fight for P3. Nobody else is going to catch the Haas tonight. But Red Devil with the Williams leading the charge for the fight for P3. Then Ferrari with Blade up and down P10. Yeah, it's going to be spicy. Both Red Bulls in the mix as well. Saint up in P3, I think it was. So B Schultz, you love it here. You love it there. You're a shining star. P3 for the young B Schultz. But yeah, we'll go through the order one more time. Drim's Mindset with a flyer of a lap. Looked really just in his own league up until Red Devil put his lap in 41.6. B Schultz 42.0. Saint 42.0 as well. And then Junger P5. Kryptonic P6. Switchback P7. Fitstick Well P8. E1 P9. Blade P10. iExotic P11, DK Nortec, P12, Orlando, P13, Wing at P14. Run out of the field. Oh. What do we have in store next? Is my question. Predictions. Welcome to my personal prediction. It's a tough one. As we are also not gonna have a formation lap, so I gotta get this out quick. It doesn't look like it's raining. I think they'll still see some safety cars. I think we'll see a mixed-up race. I just hope for the most part, they keep it clean. I think Red Devil will take a win tonight, and then we'll go Mindset second because they're just at the front, and then maybe Saint third, and he'll likely take the P3 in the constructors with that. I think he's fighting with Kryptonic. Oh, and Devil technically for P2, so maybe Devil and Saint tonight. That's a big fight to watch. Oh man, everybody's involved in this. I think Schultz is out of it, but can still climb quite a few positions. He won't be able to get up to second, but Blade, it's just because you need to wait for the red lights to go, and then you'll be lightning. Or maybe it's because you don't have Cam with you to speed you along the straight. Also, is this glitched out for anybody, or is this AM1 is just super courteous when they ready up. I love it. Only Canadian on the grid? Must be a freaking privilege there. Almost. Must be a privilege to be the only Canadian on the grid. We have quite a few in AM3. I think there used to be a few in AM1, but obviously attendance hasn't been as good. Schultz, can you tell us what's going on in the cockpit right now? Oh, we're ready. And let's just watch this carnage unfold. AM1 season finale, here we go. Ooh, Red Bull not getting a great start at the back. Already getting jumped by a couple cars. Ooh, Saint trying to attack Schultz into turn one, and we have a little bit of carnage. Both Alpines, McLaren, and Alfa Romeo are off, I think. But Trips managed to maintain that lead. Let's get some details going here. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe not the telemetry. But yeah, Red Devil leading, Saint taking over B. Schultz down the main straight. He's peeking on Red Devil as well. With Vamu out of the race, I know Saint's going to be hungry. He's finished second to him quite a few times this season, so with him out of the race, he knows it might be one of his chances. His last chance of the season, but one of his best chances. What do we got here? Blade. It's that beautiful white Ferrari wing. Oh, two cars going off Warren and McLaren. McLaren is going to have to give way, maybe. Yes, he does. They're all moving nicely through that section. The reserve of Orlando jumping back behind his teammate after a slight mistake in Puhan. Junger, Kryptonic, and B. Schultz all very close. Lost the back end of Saint a little bit here. Ooh, and Krypton on the inside of Junger. He's going to have to defend if he wants that position, and now Krypton has a run on the inside. Getting him ahead, and Junger under pressure from the Aston Martin, and the Aston Martin dives on the inside of Krypton, does not make it work. And Junger says, thank you very much, I'll have that position, I'll have both of them. Just a little bit of a misjudgment by the Aston, but he's given the position back, and they're fighting again down the straight. Is this the Camel Straight? Is that what it's called? Camel Straight? Camel Straight? Oh, we got a huge crash. The Red Devil is out of the Grand Prix. Oh, and Drips has dropped all the way back. There must have been something with them. I completely missed that. Oh, no. This virtual safety car is out. The two men that seem to be in control of the race, fastest ones, the ones to beat, may have come together there, because Red Devil is out and Mindset is very far down the grid. Oh no. Virtual safety car. So that gives Saint the lead now. 20 odd laps to go. Schultz managed to either creep back in with the virtual safety car delta or find his way through the carnage, because those two ahead definitely came together. Oh no, Devil. Oh no. That is heartbreaking, dude. Switch back into the pits. I wonder if that's for some damage with his earlier collision. Let's check in with him. BSC is still active. Should be going green very shortly here. DRS enabled. We're going green. A new wing for the Aston. Mindset is in as well. Krypton now looking at the back of the Ferrari of Electric Blade, who found his way through the field up to P4. We should actually check the position changes here, because this should be interesting. Red Devil out of the session. He's backed out. The end of his AM1 campaign this season. Unfortunately, out of the fight. 4-second right now. He's still in the lead of that fight by just over 10 points to Krypton. But others close behind. Red Devil really wanted to be in this race to be able to fight that off, I'm sure. Yeah, and very well noted by Deathstorm there. Season debut in the most competitive tier in the AM side. Fastest tier. It's something to be proud of. Unfortunate that you might not get the chance to hold on to it or fight for it tonight, but you did an amazing season. But Electric Blade, yeah, I said to check the position changes, because he started in P10 and he is up 6 positions now. Mindset losing the most, obviously, with the wing change and the incident. It's awesome, Devil. That's awesome. That's why we, I mean, that's why I do what we do, I guess. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Everybody setting fastest laps. Saint managing to check out a little bit from Junger, and Schultz is all the way back of him. Winging and Nortec fighting it out. These guys are quite close together. Wonder if Wing It is gonna fancy getting that position back here. Oh, Kryptonic on Blade. I just saw that gap shrinking as they came down towards the chicane. Kryptonic has made up that position. Doesn't look like Wing It is going to be close enough to Nortec to make up that position, but DRS is enabled here. Blade is going to have that advantage. Kryptonic does not have the DRS here down the straight. Ooh, that Haas very slippery through a Rouge Radion. And Blade making easy work of him. Maybe not fighting that move on the chicane too hard because he knew this was coming. And Wing It's dropped off the back of Nortec slightly. And, ooh, I didn't even notice. B. Schultz making the move on Junger there. Very nicely done, sir. Up in a P2. 1.8, 1.9 behind Eco Saint, who is just hoping and praying this stays green the rest of this race, because he's slowly eked out a margin. Schultz now has the opportunity to maybe show his pace over where he couldn't behind Junger in traffic. But let's see how he makes his way around the racetrack for the next 17 laps. We have a long one tonight, even though it's not many laps. It is a long racetrack. But I'd still prefer a long racetrack with not many laps over a short racetrack with a lot of laps. Well, a lap is a lap to me. You know, if you're driving it, a lap is just a lap. If you have to do it 36 times, it's worse than doing it 22 times, even if it's longer. So 1.9 is the gap. Junger's about 2.2 back. Wonder if there is some friendly DRS exchanging to be going on here between the two cars in second and third, because Krypton finding his way around Blade as well. The same method that he did last time, Blade did. But yeah, now that gap slightly shrunk, so whereas Junger was 2.2, oh no, yeah, it's up back up to about that. Schultz not getting a great exit into the second sector. Oh, and Nortec's out. Oh, we're gonna see if we can see him on board with switchback here, just in the wall on the left. And we have a full safety car, and like I said earlier, Saint was hoping this just stays as is for the rest of the race. He's now got a bit more work to do. What could turn into a lot more work to do, depending on what happens, but switchback picking up the first 3-second time penalty. So lap 6 safety car. Let's pull up the tires here, something I actually didn't do. We have Junger on those 5-lap old hards. Krypton on the 5-lap old softs. Meanwhile, everybody else in the top 8 on the mediums. Switchback on the softs. He switched that wing over. I'm surprised he went for the softs after the wing change, but Mindset and Orlando opting for the hards on their pit stops. Fitz did well in last place on the mediums. Saint jumping into the pits. Everybody from him down to Exotic, likely down to Warren. And we should jump on board with the other Red Bull here to see, does he get held up at all? Coming in the pits nice and slow. Ooh, very smooth from the Red Bull team. Nicely done. Double stack. And they both get out. Drip's Mindset is going to be the first one likely that... Oh, he actually does pit as well. So does Orlando, and Fitz is going to be the only one that doesn't pit at this stage in time.
So Fitz managed to jump up to 9th from his previous position of 12th in the Grand Prix. Okay, so we're gonna likely have just over the half distance of the Grand Prix to go after the safety car resumes, or safety car ends, returns to the pits, and we resume racing. Deathstorm, would you say that you exceeded your expectations this season, or? I'm curious. I want to ask that question to Warren as well. I think you did really well. I think those last few races, especially Vegas, yesterday in Belgium, definitely highlights of the season. It's too bad that it didn't work out when I reserved. Ooh, Warren jumping back into the pits, going on in the mediums, assuming. It's an interesting call. He's dropped back to the back. And we are back to our traditional Red Bull sandwich. Oh, wait, pitted as well. Never mind. I guess another question would be like, what would you hope for next season? Like, I don't know. It's too early to tell how it's going to be, I guess, with who we're going to have and all that. But so if you crack top 10, is the goal next season? Like what? You're going to be like trying to aim for top 6 in AM2, or are you just trying to see how it goes? I think you can do it. Should be going back to green this lap. So Saint on the hards now, Junger on the mediums. The tire delta here is quite significant, at least from my experience on Monday. We shall see what type of performance and what type of life these guys get out of their tires. Fitz is definitely needing another safety car, but I think the rest are probably good to make it to the end. Safety car should be transferring control now, and there it goes. Over to Saint now. Controlling the pace. Huge snap as he gets the power down there, but he's away now. Not giving anybody a chance to keep up with him until the line. But a long slipstream coming ahead. It all depends on that exit out of turn 1, because it's flat out here for the next 20 seconds or so. Junger ducking out of that slipstream, just trying to spot the braking zone, it looks like. And everything looking very clean through that few sectors. Krypton holding off Blade. Those two are battling before the safety car there. And Blade doing very well here in the top 5. Complaining about being slow before the race, and now look at him. The other Haas now, Mindset. On the back of Switchback, who's on the hard tires, who's on the back of Fitz, on the older mediums, and Switchback makes the move. Past Fitz. Drip's trying to join the party. Around the outside. Oh no! Fitz gets a little squirrely, maybe a bit of contact there. Manages to keep it out of the wall though, that's all good. Whew! That was a little worrying there, but Blade, as we were speaking, finds the overtake on Kryptonic, back up in P4. Just a second behind Schultz now. Let's get rid of these tires. Oh, yep. Exotic picks up the second 3-second time penalty. Oh, and Junger manages to get the move done on Saint. These two just a second away from Schultz here. Don't want to waste too much time if they're trying to separate themselves from the rest of the field. Let's jump on board with the Haas here. Just a lap ago, Switchback and Mindset making a move on in just the next part of the track here. Switchback trying to go the long way around Exotic, and he makes it work. Nicely done. And Mindset is just taking the snowplow route, I would say. You know, they're going through 6 foot deep snow, and Switchback is just plowing it away for him. It's tight going into the chicane. Oh, Mindset, what a move. Managed to hold on to it, but DRS is going to be enabled this lap. There's a gaggle of cars right there. Switchback fighting back. I wouldn't even fight at Mindset. DRS coming right up. Oh man, Deathstorm. It's a shame that happened. Oh, whoa, Mindset. That's a little squirrely if I ever saw it. Now, with the DRS, managed to breeze past that Aston Martin, as does Exotic. And Blade managed to get past Schultz as well. Gonna jump up to that battle here. Shortly, Drips has got a 2.5 second gap to Krypton ahead, his teammate. Blade with not super comfortable 4/10s back to Schultz and 3/10s back to Krypton. Trying to reel in Saint here for the battle for P3. Yeah, it's a shame your power went out, Deathstorm, or else we could have been doing this together. Blade is pushing. Mindset. What was that? 1 sector ago where I said he was 2.5 back? 1.2 now is the gap to his teammate. He's on a charge. And I know that he is one of the quicker drivers in AM1. Jeez. AM1, because I believe he is one of the few that's actually won a race this season, aside from Vamu. So Blade. Oh, Warren is out. Oh, and that's not what you want to see. Safety car has come out yet again. 10 laps to go. 11 laps to go. Oh man. Junger in the lead of the Grand Prix at the moment. Saint has those hard tires. This is going to help prolong the life of the tires, but I do believe that them being, oh, switchback gets a drive-through. Not what you want on the season finale. But I wonder what's going to happen here. Everybody in AM3 on Monday was just super liberal with their pit stops. It was crazy to me how much people were pitting, and it worked out. Like, it's not, yeah, I was just surprised because I wouldn't have pitted that much. I was just kind of pitting when I thought was good for me, and it was just like every safety car people were pitting. I was like, my goodness gracious, what's going on in here? But yeah, we shall see. Junger now coming to the pits, and he is gonna go for it. So does Saint. I see a Ferrari of Blade, I see a Mercedes, I see a Haas, I see another Haas. So that's not gonna be great for the Haas's. Oh no. Yeah, like mindset is about to get held up like crazy here. From Peace, I don't know where he was before pitting, but held way up there. Drops behind, switch back again. Wing it and Orlando opting to stay out. Now, they're thinking they're going to make it to the end of this race on those tires. But like I said, having 6 laps done on the set of tires here is huge around Spa. You might as well multiply that by 2 for some tracks. So, every lap that passes by, Saint, Junger, Blade, Schultz, Kryptonic, they're all going to be just reeling them in with no fault of the owner of the McLarens. It's just nothing they can do with the performance of the tire at some point in the race. But yeah. Oops. Oh, I like that almost. Ooh, we got a McLaren into the pits here. So he's opting to pit now. A lap later than everybody else. It's gonna drop him back to the back, but Exotic managing to keep him into the second last position as he pitted as well. But Wing It is going to be gambling here. What do you mean, good job? Dude, I just figured out that with my like keyboard, if I just press the numbers, like I'm on car I'm on right now, if I press 8, it'll just take me to number 8, which is mindset. That's so much better. Yeah, controller disconnect. Yeah, it's just because I was trying something. I was like, But the nice thing about my setup is that I have a number pad on my mouse as well, so I can have the controller plugged in to run the controller things that I need to, and just use the mouse to jump between cars. So no more 15 camera angles between cars. Alright, should be Wingett's race to control here. Yeah, we talking fancy now. There goes that safety car. Wingett controlling the pace. Beverage number 2 as we go green on lap 15 here at Spa-Francorchamps. Wingett leads the pack away from Junger, from Saint, and Blade P4, Schultz P5. Oh, huge moment there for Wingett trying to get the power down, and that's going to leave the window open for Junger. Are we going to see these cars dive into overs, ready on side by side? No, Wingett decides to tuck in behind Junger there. Made his mistake, took his medicine, and now Saint. He can smell blood. Why is it getting us this onboard camera? Saint manages to outbrake the McLaren and is up in the P2 behind his rival so far this race, I would say, Junger. Having a great race in the Alfa Romeo. And Blade finding the performance out of those tires as well, up in the P3. Wingett just dropping like a brick here, and you wonder if that was the right call with the safety car to not strap on a new set of boots. We've got 8 long laps to go around here, and Schultz finding the grip around the outside in Puhan. Oh, Wingett down in the P5. So the top 4 there is pretty much as you were, I believe, from before the safety car. When you, the leaders of the race, without the pit stop, and Krypton now finding his way through. Wingett under all sorts of pressure from every car here, and Switchback is late on the brakes, locks up the rears. Lucky to not take someone out there, but there appears to be a little bit of carnage with Fitzstickwell causing the yellow flag, but we're all good now. Back underway. So it's Junger from Saint from Blade. And Switchback finding his way around around Wingett there as well. So Junger now under pressure. Saint goes to the outside. Electric Blade just keeping an eye on both of them, and Saint swoops into the lead. Junger in P2 now. Let's jump on board with Electric. He needs to desperately hold on to these cars through this next part of the track. And I think he knows it because that ERS tank is just over half depleted. B. Schultz lingering behind as well. with the... Oh, no! Junger's left the session. I don't even think I have him added. And Junger's AI decides to pit? What just happened? From 4-lap old mediums. Wow. And Switchback has been disqualified for ignoring his drive-through penalty. Wow, that is fatal for Junger. But here we go then. Back to the battle for the lead. It was one more car before this lap started, but a disconnect has led to Junger dropping to the back of the field. We are in a DRS train all the way back to P5 now. And Orlando has disconnected from the session as well. The lobby having some minor issues at this stage in time. But it's Saint from Blade now. Junger has retired. I think that might be out of slight frustration from the Alfa Romeo. I completely understand. I'm just glad that no safety car has come out for that. But that is... You have to feel for the Alfa Romeo there. He was having a brilliant race in the fight for the win, just as much as anybody else was. And Blade trying to stretch his legs before the DRS detection point. He's 1.02. Oh no. Did Junger get a glitch? Because he's joined back now. Oh, it's from bad to worse. Saint stretching his legs slightly. Gets the 2/10 gap before the DRS detection point down the main straight. Or down the Camel straight. But Krypton, Mindset, looking very eager on the back of the Mercedes at the moment. And they're both going to pick up the position there, thanks in a large part to the DRS. Mindset looking very eager, very racy at this stage in the race. 5 to go. And you can't help but feel Junger backing out, I'm assuming, for one final time. I apologize, sir. That's not the way you want your season to end. Especially when it was going so well. Krypton now managing to get past Schultz with that DRS, as we saw. And he has catapulted himself onto the back of Electric Blade. All blinking for ERS. It looks like Mindset might be in the best state right now. Mindset with 33, Krypton with 6, Blade with 19 remaining. Even Saint burning quite a bit of his tank, so everybody's pushing at this stage of the race. Krypton needs to stay within that DRS range of Blade. But I fear Mindset may be the faster car at this moment in time for the Haas team. Who, I mean, I feel like I need to remind you guys that they are in P2 in the Constructors Championship and have solidified that finish, I believe. So, well done to those two. I know, Krypton, very quick driver I had. Oh, Mindset so close to the back of the Ferrari there, but managed to get his top. Mindset and Krypton, great team, and Krypton is a fast driver. Has a couple races against him last season when he was just learning the no assist before I switched over to it as well. No traction control, no ABS, and he make a mistake from time to time, but he's obviously figured that out, and he is just lightning quick like he ever was. So it appears the battle for P2 is the battle to focus on right now. Saint 2.6 ahead of this group now. Blade is just hoping to Jesus that Ferrari has enough straight line speed and mindset. Trying to find a way around the Ferrari. Oh, they bang wheels a little bit. But if you're not banging wheels every now and then, you're not trying hard enough, I think. Both of them desperately want this position, and Schultz trying to dive it up the inside. Let's get on board here with Mercedes as we go towards the DRS detection point. Everybody has the advantage over Blade. Schultz actually sitting pretty healthy with his ERS. Mindset gonna sneak by Blade there. Krypton is hoping he can catch up before the end of the straight. Oh, it's just not enough. 4-car fight here for P2. Oh, Schultz. And that's why he's losing the back end of those guys. A little twitch through that right, left, right section. You need to run such low downforce on this track to have any chance on the straights, that when you get to these sections like this where you need the downforce, it makes it quite tricky. The mindset is taken off. He is taken off. Blade getting a 3-second penalty as well, so that's going to potentially take him out of the running, most likely for any podium positions, potentially down to P5 at this point. Mindset now has a 3.1 second gap to Saint with 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go. But Blade has lost the back end of the other Haas, which is not going to spell out good things for him. Oh, he's managed to find a little bit of time there. Back within a second, might be able to claim DRS here. I saw a bit of a lockup there behind as well. So Krypton not looking like he's in a position here to challenge the Ferrari. The Ferrari, thankful as ever to have DRS on the blinking mindset ahead. And Schultz manages to get past Krypton there with the lockup, even with both having DRS. Schultz finding a little bit more pace down the straight. Back up within P4 and provisional P3 with the penalties in play. Does Oh, this TV pod? Yeah, I think it just sits to my to whatever my TV pod is. So yeah. I changed my, I drive on TV pod, like not the TV pod offset or whatever. I think I switched it over. So it should actually be a little bit of an offset view, but this is how I actually drive with, I guess. People chirp me about it, but you know. You can see the entire field in one corner, so it's good. You can see the dive bombs coming. Cough, cough, Williams. A little bit of tire smoke out there in the final chicane. Schultz now hoping to capitalize on Electric Blade. Krypton is falling off the back a little bit. Blade does not have the DRS on mindset, and he is blinking. Oh, oops. There goes Schultz there. Horrible camera work. Production crew is going to get fired after this race. And Fitz finding his way back up into P6 past Exotic. We've got the last lap underway here. And Saint looking like he's going to hold on, but this battle for P3, P2 still very much in play. Schultz looking very promising at the moment. Oh, but you have to say, with a few more corners to go, the man of the hour, Ecos Saint. And I've been privy to some messages where he said, I'm always second to Vamu, I'm never going to win. But Vamu isn't here tonight. And tonight, it's his night. Ecos Saint wins the final race of the AM1 Season 12 Championship. And he's going to claim second in drivers with that. I believe Drift's mindset P2. Hell of a recovery. Schultz in the P3. Krypton jumps in the P4 and Blade with that penalty down in the P5. Unfortunately, drove a brilliant race. Deserved to be, I mean, any of these drivers, and including Younger in that, deserve to be on the podium tonight. Potentially even winning the race. But you have to hand it to Saint. He kept his head cool. He got the gap when he needed to, and he drove away several times from the field after several safety cars. So well done to him. I know he'll be ecstatic with that victory. Maybe we can tune in to him and hear what he has to say about his performance. But yeah, on behalf of all the AM admins, the previous GOAT commentator that was here all season, Lane Everingham, thank you all for a fantastic AM1 championship and a fantastic final race, season finale here in Spa. Saint taking the win, claiming second in the drivers, I believe, and sharing the podium with Schultz and Mindset. Great job to those drivers. Mindset P2 from Saint P1, Schultz P3, Kryptonic P4, Electric Bait P5, Fitstick Will P6, Exotic P7, Wing at P8, Orlando P9, Junker P10. Totally unfortunate with the DNF there. He was flying. Actually, he still has the fastest lap of the race. Too bad he could not complete that race. Warren P11 with the DNF. Nortec P12, Red Devil P13, another driver who had the pace to fight today. Unfortunate to see him out as well. Switchback P14 rounding out the field. Yep, stay tuned for just a few moments. I'll see if I can get these guys into a little season debrief, if you will. Alrighty. We got a couple drivers in here now. Shall we get started with the interviews? I want to see. I guess Mindset, you were P2, right? We'll start with you. Schultz isn't here yet. What do you have to say for your season, sir? I mean, this is season finale. Exciting race. You had some crazy pace in quali. Um, a little bit of an unfortunate incident, I think, happened between you and Devil. But yeah, just talk us through your race, talk us through your season, and Yeah, whatever you have to say. Definitely, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I think you and him were the probably the only team to both of you want to race in AM1. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's accurate. So quite quite a powerhouse when both of you are able to win races in the same tier. And yeah, I know firsthand Crip is a good driver, and but yeah, was there any I don't know what the word is. Were you upset that you couldn't fight for the win in the end? Because it definitely looked like you had the pace. You weren't losing touch with Saint. Definitely. Well, congratulations, sir. Just trying to pull up the driver standings here. Yeah, you were P7 coming into it. I think you're likely going to stay there with that. But yeah, without even having a full season, that's pretty solid performance. You got to be happy with that. So good job to you and the Crip as well for pulling in P2 in the constructors. So great season overall for you two. And moving on here, we will check in now for, I mean, this is a privilege to say this. Race winner, Ecos Saint. You won, dude. Great job. Oh man, it says you can't hear the interviews. Oh no. Oh, let me see if I can figure that out quickly. Wait, say something, Saint. Okay, wait, hold up. Let me see if I can. Sorry, I did not see that in time for the mindset interview, but we can't redo that over again. Let me see if I can figure something out real quick for yours. What is this? Okay, now say something, Saint.
What's up?
Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it working. All right, let's start over again. Race winner, Ecos Saint. How do you feel?
I feel incredible. That's a weight finally lifted off my shoulders that I've never won an AM1. I don't care that it was a kind of a screwy race and Vamu's power shut off. I am an AM1 winner, and that's all that matters.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. All that matters is you stood on the top step of the podium on the final race of the season tonight. I got in.
Indubitably.
I got in late, and I was just trying to piece everything together as I got in there, and it wasn't until about like the very end of quality when I was like, "Oh my God, Vamu isn't even here." So it's like, yeah, this could be your best chance, and definitely like the only chance now in the last race of the season. So good for you for sticking it out. Were you worried at all with all those safety cars that kept coming up? Because it seemed like you had the job done a couple times, especially with the Mindset and Devil coming together, but had more work to do each time that safety car came out.
Yeah, I was really expecting, was kind of excited to have a late race battle with Junger because me and him seem pretty even. Uh, Rip his internet, mechanical failure for him.
Yeah, yeah. Can't trust those Ferrari power units, bro.
That's for real, man. It's unfortunate. Red Bull though, reliable.
Reliable as heck. Yep. Red Bull wins
So
races.
towards the end, I kind of figured if I just keep this clean, I probably have this. And I had E Warren crashed out, so he was my engineer the rest of the race, supporting me, letting me know gaps.
There you go.
And dude, the last 5 laps, my legs have never shaken so hard. I was terrified. My throat started closing up. I started coughing. I thought I was straight up going to actually choke it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about like actually choking or anything like that, but I've felt like the feeling of the legs kind of not really doing what they wanted to do, and yeah. But under all that pressure, still last race of the season, your last chance. You had it in the bag, and all you had to do was just get it to the line. You coped well with it all. So, congratulations to you, sir, and hold your head high up into the next season, season 13. You're rolling into the first race of the season as a race winner. So good job,
As the
congratulations,
defending race winner. Yes, sir.
defending race winner, and P2 in the drivers' championship with that race, I believe. So,
And with that performance, it got me and Warren P3 in the constructors.
ooh, so a big race for you in Red Bull then. But oh yeah, and one from the crowd, one from Ewarn. He says diamonds are made under pressure. So I'll leave you with that. Congrats, dude. Um,
Thank you,
for
man.
Yeah, no problem, dude. For everybody on the AM1 side, the winner Saint P2 mindset, and the man we didn't get to hear from, B Schultz. Obviously, the commentator who is not here tonight, Lane Everingham. I am BK signing off for the last time this season. Peace.